The journey of innovation is unfolding before our eyes, and today, you won't just see it. You'll almost taste it. We're stepping into a sweet world where technology blends seamlessly with craftsmanship to create the cakes everyone dreams of having on their birthday table. Imagine soft, airy sponge layers paired with smooth, creamy frosting, all made not by traditional handcrafting alone, but through a symphony of intelligent machines and precision systems that measure down to the gram. How did a once entirely manual craft transform into a massive creative workshop? Let's uncover the secrets. One layer at a time. Every perfect cake begins with its ingredients. Here, flour, sugar, and eggs don't just meet by chance, they are combined with the help of sophisticated industrial machines that turn recipes into reality with flawless accuracy. Specialized robotic arms can crack and separate hundreds of eggs per minute, gently removing yolks from whites without breaking them, ensuring every batch of batter meets strict quality standards. Once the eggs and sugar are ready, the dry ingredients are poured into massive mixers capable of handling hundreds of kilograms at once. The mixing paddles rotate with both power and precision, blending wet and dry elements into a smooth, lump-free batter. This step is the foundation. Even the smallest deviation in timing or proportions can completely change the cake's texture. For certain cakes that require a more elastic batter, a fine mist of non-stick oil is sprayed evenly into each pan, ensuring the cakes release easily after baking. In bakeries that don't use parchment paper, this step is even more essential. Next, an automatic batter filling system measures and dispenses the exact amount needed for each pan, guaranteeing that every cake will have the same weight, height, and shape. Here comes a special baker, the transport robot, moving in smooth, precise motions. It loads the filled pans onto racks and delivers them straight to the ovens. Inside the world of industrial ovens, temperature and timing are controlled to perfection. The heat is regulated down to a single degree, and the baking duration is timed to the second. This precision ensures that thousands of cakes emerge golden, fragrant, and perfectly baked every single day. Once cooled, an automatic slicing machine cuts each cake into 3 or 4 evenly thin layers, a critical step in creating multi-tiered cakes that stay stable and symmetrical. To keep the cakes moist and tender, each layer is lightly sprayed with a sweet syrup. The spray system is so precise that every slice gets exactly the right amount, enhancing flavor and extending freshness without making the cake soggy. The frosting, the soul of any cake, is prepared separately and whipped to a silky, cloud-like texture. Specialized spreading machines then apply it evenly between the layers, ensuring consistent thickness without lumps or air pockets. Cake assembly plays out like a choreographed dance. The bottom layer glides along a conveyor belt. The next layer is gently lowered into place by a mechanical arm, and the process repeats, each tier perfectly aligned for a flawless finish. The frosting, the soul of any cake, is prepared separately and whipped to a silky, cloud-like texture. Specialized spreading machines then apply it evenly between the layers, ensuring consistent thickness without lumps or air pockets. Cake assembly plays out like a choreographed dance. The bottom layer glides along a conveyor belt. The next layer is gently lowered into place by a mechanical arm, and the process repeats, each tier perfectly aligned for a flawless finish. These machines can even add custom lettering, patterns, or images, transforming each cake into a personalized masterpiece for birthdays, weddings, or any special occasion. For cakes sold by the slice, ultrasonic knives cut them into perfectly shaped portions with clean, glass-like surfaces, ensuring they look as beautiful in display cases as they did on the decorating table. From mixing and baking to assembly and decoration, each cake goes through a journey of passion and precision. Technology is the pen, and the cake itself is the sweet story it writes for those lucky enough to taste it. But cakes aren't the only stars of the bakery world. Did you know Americans consume around 10 billion donuts every year, an average of more than 30 per person? To meet this massive demand, some donut factories run almost non-stop, producing thousands of treats every hour. Today, we're stepping inside one of the busiest donut plants in the country. It all starts with a special dough mixture, carefully weighed and poured into industrial mixers. From there, the dough travels along automated conveyors to a sheeting machine, where mechanical rollers flatten it into even sheets. A light dusting of flour is brushed evenly across the surface to prevent sticking before the dough is rolled into a continuous, flawless strip. The strip moves toward the cutting section, where synchronized cutters stamp out perfect donut rings. The dough centers are removed instantly, creating the iconic donut hole in the middle. Excess dough is collected immediately for reuse, keeping the production line running smoothly and minimizing waste. Large factories often run multiple lines at once, producing tens of thousands of donuts per hour. Another method skips the cutting entirely, using a dough extruder. The dough is pushed through a nozzle under air pressure, forming a complete donut ring without the need for a hole punch. The rings are placed on metal trays and moved into a proofing chamber, where gentle warmth and humidity allow them to rise, becoming light and fluffy. Once proofed, the donuts head to a long fryer filled with hot vegetable oil. They float on the surface, turning golden on one side before mechanical paddles flip them over to fry the other, resulting in a crisp, golden crust with a soft, airy center. After frying, the donuts are drained of excess oil and head toward the sugar glazing station. Here, a shimmering waterfall of syrup coats each one evenly, with the excess glaze collected for reuse, ensuring uniform sweetness without waste. Takes them through a pool of melting chocolate. Some are drizzled with white chocolate for an eye-catching marbled effect. Station, sprinkles, nuts, or shredded coconut are added. Digital controls adjust topping amounts in real time, keeping every batch consistent. donuts are neatly arranged into trays by robotic arms, carefully packaged to lock in freshness and maintain their irresistible appearance, ready to bring a little sweetness to someone's day.